A few elements that are in there. We got the kick drum, obviously, claps, hi-hat, snare. You got the Omnisphere. In the Omnisphere, we've got a flute. We used the enchanted flute, which I believe is resident in the actual original Omnisphere library. And then you've got another alto flute here, and then we've got the world string. I think this is a free VST actually. Here we go. We got this. That's the Silverback 808 bass guitar. You got a Perks strum. That's the guitar, and then obviously the tag. So if you look at this, we'll break each one down. It's just a simple beat really. It does change up at the end though. Just that's it, just to give it that kind of loop feeling. That can go on forever actually. Next is the hi-hat. Hi-hat gives it a bit more bounce, but if you look, the hi-hat, there's nothing there. It's just, it comes in. Listen. See, it kind of complements the clap. Various velocities on the hi-hats, and these are at quartets. Yeah, they've been chopped up with the Alt-U command. Alt-U command. However, this one here is cuts on thirds. So what you have to do there is go to your magnet tool, which locks the grid. Go to your 1/3 of a beat, and then when you chop it, if you look, it chops in threes, 1, 2, 3. Whereas if I wanted to chop it on the 1/4, if you look again, look, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what gives it the different. See, that's, hear it, 1, 2, 3. It goes. So that's how you get that difference of bounce. And when I put that, yeah, that's all right. Now, the next is just a snare. Listen. Hear that cut? Listen. Hear that? So on its own, you will hear it. Let me put it on its own. Different velocities to give it that natural feel, but on its own it just sounds like anything. But once you play it with it, it complements the clap. And that's quite important. On its own you won't hear nothing. Then you've got the Omnisphere flute. Actually, let me play the Iowa flute. You can get this flute anywhere, but this is the main flute. As you can see, various velocities. I played this with the Keystation 49 MIDI keyboard. I actually played this in, and I quantized some of it, but not all of it. So it gave it that kind of natural, kind of almost natural. I played it in, which helps with the velocity. I just left the velocity as it was. Played in, right? And then you've got the Omnisphere. This one, I actually moused it in and messed around with it. So if you hear that together. So you can see There was actually, I did put a glide. I put a glide, and let me show you what I've done with the glide. So we're in the enchanted flute. If you go to your main, right, you just look to the side here, the glide is up. I've put the glide on and I've turned it up slightly. That's maybe, what's that, a quarter? I just put a little bit of a glide in it, and which you can hear slightly. Here it starts, listen. Here it goes. That's it, that's the glide. Play it on its own. Because it glides from F sharp down. Look. So it's just that little note there, which gives it that little glide, starts it up, and there's another glide here. Not as apparent, and it's just slight glides. Slight, but it works. Okay. And then you've got the flute, like I said, everyone, okay, and now you've got this string. You can get a string anywhere. It's just the way it's played. This is played. Here it goes. But keying this in is a bit difficult because you can see, look, it's not on any of the grids. However, if you change the grid to step, you get that sound. So it's all about the grid line. If you can master this grid line, you can get all types of effects, but you have to change it up. You have to use these grid lines for your advantage. Next, the bass. Yep, the 808, which is a very simple 808, which follows. It just follows the drum, but it gives its own melody. Just listen to it on its own first. The thing that things it is the end. See the end? I'm gonna put it up on octave so you can hear it. If you can't hear it. See, it's a simple. There's not many notes because the notes, look, is F, E, and that's it really. And then at the end, you just got some different notes, just two more: C sharp, A sharp. That's it. The rest is just a very, very simple beat, but it follows. It just glues the track together. The whole track's glued with this bass line. So if we put what we've just heard together, I changed up, but let's not forget about the drums. Sorry, the Predator perk and the strum guitar, which is very important. So let's look at the perk. It's just quite standard, nothing to it, just gives it that bit of a beat. But then you've got the strum. This strum, these are chords. Let me just show you the chords on their own. It's just chords which I used Alt S, right, and then Alt S, and then you can see it, strums. I just done that, but I done that with each chord. Actually, I think I maneuvered these ones themselves. I maneuvered them. But this one I strummed with the Alt S. You can always just get the note, highlight it, and then move it by pressing Shift and then your mouse wheel. It moves it quite freely. So it goes. That's nice. I do like that. That is a nice chords. Nice chords. Which you can see here. We use the flamenco acoustic. Putting it all together. Right, and then obviously there's just some slight changes here and there in the arrangement. This was made unique, and then we put a little just to give it another bit of a groove, another level. That's lovely. Anyway, and then the mix is it's just mixing in it. It's nothing really big. I just rooted the strum. I just had an effects here. You look at the effects, just a fruity reverb you can get. It's just there. Just make it nice and fruity. I just amped it up a bit just to give it that reverby, you know, airy feel, like a flute and a guitar. So I think I rooted the guitar and the flutes. Yeah, look, I rooted them, and that's about it. I don't think I rooted anything else. And then just standard mixing for the rest of it, and that's it. That's really all it is. That's it. And as you can see, the tempo at 117 is an unusual tempo for me. I don't really go for that tempo, but just leave it. It doesn't matter. Someone might fall in love with this beat and they might make it huge, massive, and then this would be the genre. Then everyone would be following this, and then everyone would be like 117. That's the BPM. Do you see what I mean? So just make your beat. Yeah. Don't be too afraid of fitting in. Just do your thing. Do your thing. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Like the video, rate, comment, subscribe. Until next time.